Okay guys, today I got to do a setup and a restring on this Fernandes. Okay, so this looks like a BC Rich, but it has an F up here, and I'm pretty sure it's a Fernandes. And again, there's those clown inlays. It looks like a BC Rich, but I don't think it is. Let's put some strings on it. This thing is so BC Rich looking. And again, I had that pink one that was a K garage brand. Now I've got this Fernandes in black. I'm pretty sure that F is for Fernandes. You guys help me out in the comments and let me know what you guys think this thing is. But it is a strange one, and for those BC Rich fans out there, you know, you can yell and scream that this is some sort of a Japanese copy. But as a collector, if you guys are really into the BC Rich stuff, this would be a fun piece of you know, something that's rare, especially here in the States. You don't see these things. So here, let me go ahead and we'll test these electronics a little bit. So okay, just gonna spray a little bit of this in the three-way switch right here at the top. Watch your eyes. Well, I'm glad this thing seems like it's functioning good. That Yamaha that I had repainted last week's video, that thing needed so much electronic repair. But this one seems nice. The frets are kind of dingy looking, so I'm gonna try to shine these frets up a little bit, just where I take my guard right here. Let me try to slide it this way if I can. And so I take my fret guard, and this is like 1000 grit sandpaper, so it's just enough to get a little shine on these. There's tons of different products that you can use to shine your frets. I prefer to use a little tiny bit of sandpaper because, for one thing, it's very, very, very inexpensive. I mean, that does not cost you hardly anything. One sheet of 800 or 1000 grit sandpaper, when you're cleaning your frets like this, it'll last you a year or two. So this is by far the cheapest way to clean your frets. And sometimes I kind of roll the guard over the edge here and just try to get this nice and rounded. And so look at those cloud inlays, very popular BC Rich inlay design. Looks like there's a little, no, it looks good. Sometimes your fingerboard it'll crack. So you guys just heard that bell. That means somebody just came in my front door. So let me take care of that customer and I'll be back with you guys. I'm just gonna kind of round these edges off a little bit right here. Some of them are kind of sharp. Sometimes it only takes one swipe with the file. this side of my file, the bottom here is smooth so that I'm not chewing away at my binding. So you just heard my doorbell ring again, but that was a customer leaving. And I had to tell him no, he has a Crate Blue Voodoo amp that he was trying to sell. And I had to say negatory, my good buddy, because I just can't sell those kind of amps. Crate here in America just sort of ruined their reputation. And even though the Blue Voodoo was their best amp, or one of their best amps, I just don't have the customers that buy those kind of things. Plus he was wanting a ton of money for it. So that's unfortunate. It is fortunate that every day people come in and they sell me items and we do trades and we do deals. So it's a lot of fun because you never know what's going to walk in. And you know what will probably happen in a week or two, some guy will come in and say, you know what I've really been looking for is one of those Crate Blue Voodoo amps. Sammy Hagar used to be sponsored by Crate, and Sammy used to play through those amps. That feels nice. So now let's just put a little bit of lemon juice on the fretboard now. Let that kind of soak in a little bit. So you know what I'm going to do? Let me get on my computer and I'm going to try to figure out exactly what model and what manufacturer built this guitar. So it's really cool, but I'm not sure honestly if it's a Fernandes or if it was made by Aria or who exactly built this thing. So I'm going to see if I can get something printed up on that so we can look at some specs. So we're just going to take a look at these tuners up here. Oh, this one's nice and loose. So we'll just snug these down a little. This is a beautiful headstock. It does not look anything like BC Rich. Well, it does, like the old 70 hand carved ones, right? The old Bernie Rico ones. But I'm pretty sure this is a Fernandes. And it's ready for some strings. So today's strings, Ernie Ball Primo Slinky. We're getting tricky on this one. 9.5 through 44. Now this is a Gibson scale length. So usually I do 10s. But just my own personal preference, 10s feel a little heavy. So we're going to try some Primo Slinkies on this one and see what happens. Okay, we're going to just bring this down. So this is very Gibson looking, where you just have the thumb wheels and the small posts that hold the bridge on here. You know, I think it might say something on the bottom here. What's that say? Made in Japan. So definitely a made in Japan guitar. And they're good quality. But this is definitely a copy of a BC Rich. And so, you know, some of those BC Rich collectors, they've got some really nice stuff. And I love BC Rich guitars. I can't afford them. But, you know, I've got friends that collect the old American-made gunslingers. And, you know, every guitar that Lita Ford thinks is cool. That's kind of most of the stuff that I can't afford. But I do have a lot of the, you know, the NJ series, the bronze series, the platinum series. I collect those things and I have them repainted, and that's a fun hobby to have. And I actually did sell one of them. I had a red BC Rich bitch that I sold yesterday. So some of my BC Rich collection, you know, every once in a while I'll sell them. Yeah, but you know what? Just for fun, let me take my camera here. These are some of my BC Riches that I have hanging back here in the back. So there's an ST3 right there. There's the old one with the Gorilla amp promotion. And a couple of Warlocks that I had painted. There's a real pretty green Mockingbird. And this one has like a James Bond theme to it. And that's an old 1986 NJ series neck on that. And then I have an old bass right here that is pink that I haven't restrung or gotten going yet. It's something that it's a work in progress, but I don't think I need to paint that. And then this weird thing right here is a Formula One made by, let me see, this is another one of those fakes, or a copy. So this one was made by Formula One Hondo series. So how cool is that, right? A Hondo series BC Rich bitch. So this is some of my BC Rich stuff. But this guitar right here, this is on consignment. So this isn't part of my collection. But I'm lucky because I get to, you know, I get to put strings on it. I get to play it for a while before I have to sell it. So this one is available. If somebody wants to call me and shoot me an offer on this thing. If you're watching this video, keep in mind that it is June of 2022. Yeah, make sure you look and see when I uploaded the video, because I get guys that call me and they're like, hey Dane, do you have that guitar from that video? And I'm like, bro, that video was like 3 years ago. That guitar is so long gone. So, you know, you gotta make sure that it's in the next couple of months at least, right? So the B string here is a 12 gauge for the B string, where a regular set of 9s, your B string is an 11 gauge. So this is a little tiny bit bigger. Ernie Ball has so many good variations of string gauges now. They've got every configuration you can think of. They've got 7 gauge through, what is it, 36, if you want to go for that ZZ Top kind of thing. Super slinkies. They got the 8 gauge strings, they got 9s, they got 9.5s, they got 10, they got 10.5s, they got 11s and 12s, and so many different gauges that Ernie Ball has available right now.
Figure out what this thing is.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's the MG-80X. They go for like 700.
MG-80X by Fernandes?
Yep.
Okay, it's a Fernandes.
Yeah. Fernandes Mockingbird in black. MG-80X. Made in Japan.
They go for about $700, and approximately what year was it made?
I'm not sure. I can find out.
Okay. Alright, so let me cut these string ends off here. Fernandes Guitars. They're a huge company that made tons of guitars, everything out of Japan. I'm going to guess this is somewhere around 2002, maybe late 90s. But that's just my guess. But he said he's gonna find out. That's my son that works with me down here. Tune this baby up, and then we'll check the action, and we'll check the intonation. and then I get to play it for you guys, and that's the scary part of the video. That's where everybody cuts out, and if you guys have watched this far into the video, I personally want to thank you very much for watching. If you guys watch the video all the way up to where I'm playing the guitar at the end of the video, you guys deserve a special prize. Did you figure out what year this is? Approximately?
I think it's an early 90s.
Wow!
Yeah.
It's about 10 years older than I was guessing.
Well, apparently they still make them under a different model number. So they were making them in 2010 as the MG-100s.
Huh.
But I think it's an early 90s based off of the truss rod cover.
Huh.
Yeah. But they look the same other than that, so I'm not entirely sure at this point.
Okay.
But yeah, based
All
on
right.
the truss rod cover, I'm saying it's early 90s.
Cool. Let's plug it in and see what it sounds like. All right, let's give a listen to this Fernandes MG-80X. There it is, guys. It's a Fernandes. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. This one is in really, really good condition. The back of the neck looks great. Everything about this, I don't see any little chips on it or anything. Very nice condition. Thanks again for watching, guys. Everybody have a great day. Go buy a guitar.